Hey everybody, just like to welcome you to Tweener Talk. These are the tweener days between episodes, so the episodes are going to come out every other day, and that way we can kind of talk about what's been going on the show. And I didn't do those uncut things afterwards, just because I had to get these things loaded and on YouTube because of my condition. I had shoulder surgery here on the 10th. Today I have my arm out of the sling and it feels pretty good. There's not a bunch of pain, so I thought I'd let it kind of stretch out a little bit today. So anyway, so every day after the shows air, we're going to talk about kind of what happened on there. And if you guys have some questions, please do ask them down below, and comment below and let me know what's on your mind. If there's something that kind of stood out to you, if you want to know what's that thing I'm using, what kind of equipment, or why did you do that? That doesn't make any sense. Please feel free. I'll see if I can answer the questions the best of my ability. I just want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. It's been quite an emotional roller coaster for me this season, with hurting my arm and having a shoulder injury, not being able to draw a bow, and all the uncertainty to think that maybe I wouldn't get to bow hunt much at all this year after Wyoming. And I've had a lot of fans or viewers, I should say, maybe, that said, you know, why not use a crossbow? You could use a crossbow. You know, a lot of states it's legal, and here in Idaho, I think it's legal with the proper permit and with the doctor's note. But you know, with the posture that you have to use a crossbow, holding it kind of like a firearm, I didn't feel really strong and pain-free holding something like that. And I know going through these jungles up here in North Idaho, it'd be kind of difficult to have a crossbow to drag it through those. A bow is more of a vertical weapon that kind of slips through the brush and the trees a little easier, I think. So, and plus, you know, the investment of a high-quality crossbow, it's pretty substantial for something I may or may not ever use again. So I elected to do the mouth tab, and I'm happy I did. It turned out really good. I had about 5 days to retrain myself how to shoot a bow with a mouth tab. I just want to give a shout out to my buddy Justin Grimes, works at Diamondback Shooting Lanes. He's my bow tuning guy. I took my bow there and I said, hey, I seen this on YouTube. These guys shooting their bow with their teeth. Can we do it? He's like, well, let's figure it out. And we sure did. Took the bow home, practiced a little bit. I could see I could use a few more little fine tunings. Justin drove all the way up here. I live out in the middle of nowhere. And Justin drove all the way up here, spent the whole afternoon with me, making sure my bow was dialed in perfect. And anyway, I can't thank him enough for doing such a good job and helping me out. So I really appreciate it. Thank you, Justin. I'd like to, while I'm doing thank yous, I want to thank a couple other people, organizations, maybe I should say. I'd like to thank the guys from Born and Raised Outdoors. Here in the last couple years, they've really pushed me hard to say, hey, you should really think about putting out some of your own content. You know, it's fun to do these collabs with other groups, but you should really put out some of your own content. I think people would really enjoy it. You know, and that's kind of a scary thing. That's a big step. It's a big investment to take that time and to put all that effort into to doing that. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little apprehensive, but I know how much I love to enjoy elk, and I know that I spend a lot of days elk hunting, and sometimes by myself, where people would sometimes never believe, you know, maybe the story that happened that day. And I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna find a cameraman. I'm gonna find, you know, it's gonna be hard because you know, a lot of the really good guys are taken up. I'm gonna find a cameraman that would have enough faith in me to follow me around and get this done. So thanks, bro, the Born and Raised crew, for giving me that faith And also the guys from Hushin, B Mac and Casey. You guys have always been a big supporter of me, and told me, you know, follow my dreams, put stuff out there, share it, because the folks would love to see it. And thank you. I just appreciate you guys having that kind of faith in me. I'd like to thank Dusty Roop, my camera guy. I don't know, man, that guy, he's something else. You're gonna see. You're gonna get to meet Dusty a lot more through this series. He's an awesome dude, and got a great sense of humor. He had the time of his life, as did I. Whether I was, you know, being silly or saying stuff, or he would kind of get me going. You know, we had a lot of back and forth little banter off camera. I kind of wish we had got to capture some of that to show it with you guys, because we had a blast. We spent day and night with each other. And I always say, if you can spend a week or 10 days in the mountains with someone and not want to kill them afterwards, that's a pretty special person and pretty good friend. So made a good friend with Dusty. I'd like to thank Phelps Game Calls. Jason, you know, he gave me the support I needed to hire a cameraman, and the time away to get this done from my daily job and duties. You know, without that, this just wouldn't be possible. So thank you. Anyway, kind of talk a little bit about passing up that bowl. That was kind of a risky move there on my part. You know, if you ever have hunted North Idaho, there's not a lot of elk. It's very rich with wolves, a lot of people, and it's just public land, over the counter. Anybody can go out there, and it's a tough hunt. Terrain, the steep terrain, and the brush and the trees, you know, that adds another level of difficulty. So I maybe had a little too much confidence in myself when I let that bull go. Normally, especially if I was hunting with another person, I would have definitely shot that bull, just because, you know, if you have more tags in camp, sometimes it's difficult to fill them, and you can't just look a gift horse in the mouth. So I definitely would have taken that bull if I'd have been hunting with another couple guys. But since it was just gonna be me, the trigger man, and I drugged Dusty all the way up here from Boise. It's a long drive. I thought, you know what? It's the first day. I want to see what's in store. I think we might be able to turn some other bulls up. So I just kind of rolled the dice and made that gamble. And as you're going to see, we had a heck of a good hunt afterwards. We had lots of action, and I don't want to give too much away, but I think you're going to enjoy the show. I just want to remind everybody that I'm doing the giveaway here at the end of the hunt. At the end of the hunts, giving away my mouth tab bow, my PSE EVOKE 35. You're going to have a chance to win that. I'm giving away a cooler from Cordova Coolers, a USA company right there in Boise, Idaho. I'm giving away a beautiful print from Crawford Stevens Art. He's made a watercolor print of an elk and a trout, and I don't know, it's awesome. So I hope I win it. I really hope I win it. Maybe he'll send two. But anyway, I'm going to give away some swag from Phelps and some calls, and then I'll give away some of my bugler swag and some of my calls as well. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to give you guys something back for tuning in. So appreciate you guys watching. Tomorrow is another day in the elk woods. I believe the title is Blame It on the Rain. Remember the Milli Vanilli song? You won't hear that song. My son Austin, he comes to elk camp and hunts for a couple days with Dusty and I, and we had a pretty good time. Austin, he's a different cat. He's not as passionate of an elk hunter as I am. I think he just likes to go to be there with Dad. He does enjoy being in the outdoors, in the woods, and seeing all the beautiful sights, and hearing the elk bugle and chase them around, but he hasn't found that fire in his belly yet for it. But he does always make an appearance every year to elk camp. He'll come up for a few days, and go with us. This year he couldn't hunt. Last summer he hurt his shoulder. He wrecked his dirt bike at the track and woke up. All he said he can remember was loading his bike in the back of his pickup, and then the next thing like when he left the house in the morning, and the next thing he remembers was like at 8 o'clock that night, waking up in the hospital room. Had a horrible concussion, separated his shoulder, had some pretty substantial injuries, so he missed a bunch of work. And you know, a lot of the good time of summer, he was gimping around with a bum chicken wing, and then I go and hurt mine. So what are the odds? So anyway, he came to camp and followed us around and had a good time with us for a couple days. So you won't want to miss that. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Thanks, guys.